Of Julie and Jared, I wrote it down and I have a PowerPoint. Taipei?
Yeah, baby!
Or what? So, thank you, Dan, for that wonderful, and Julie for the woo, what's up? So today I'm going to be talking to you about the Olympic dream, utilizing the elite mindset, not like hoity-toity, I'm a snob, but the elite athlete's mindset. Don't worry about that. For everything that you do in your life, especially planning events. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you to the committee, CSE, and ISES Toronto for having me come up to this stage and share a little bit about my story with you. I started gymnastics at the age of 6, but I actually started dancing first. At the age of 4, gymnastics at the age of 6, and then I ran away and joined the circus at the age of 25. I realized when I got out of college I need a job, so I became a trapeze artist, go figure. All of my life I've been very clear about what my passion is and what makes me sing. That being said, I'm quite sure that I'm standing here with you today because I lead my life by an elite standard, yeah? Meaning that behind the mask, I utilize that Olympic dream, the elite mindset for everything that I do. So, I started my dream business, as Mr. Dan just said, the Ivory Elephant Group, which specializes in corporate team building, bespoke weddings, launches, and private parties. But for the purpose of our talk here today, I'm going to give you 5 things that I try and employ because I believe that every event should be completely experiential. Has to be from like the beginning to the end, completely evolved. So the way that I define my events, I always say that I need to incorporate the mind, the body, and the soul for all the members at the event to have an epic event experience. Right? That's some crazy big shoes I've given myself. So this is how I do it. I start with the process. You can go ahead. Yeah, process. In elite sport, it takes upwards of 10 years to build a champion. Can we all agree? Right?
Yeah.
Talented athletes are plucked and shaped and molded into an elite athlete. The goal is to get us on that podium time and time again. So everybody has to be invested in the process. Building that little winner and hoping that little kid remains happy and healthy and fairly pain-free. So I see event production as the same way. I start with a huge dream, a desire to see the guests that come in the door literally evolved from the beginning of the event to the time they leave. I put together a wish list of bells and whistles that will aid in that dream. I have my calendar and I keep it really close and I comb through with a fine-tooth comb, checking off. Yay! I love checking things off. I'm a big cross it off your list kind of girl. And I dig through the corners of my brain to be as creative as I possibly can to ensure that everybody walks away with a really huge take-home. You can go ahead and change that. So the second thing that I employ is certainty. If I wasn't 100% certain when I did gymnastics and attempted anything in the circus, I wouldn't have gone very far. And we can all agree that it doesn't end well if I'm changing my mind mid-air, landing on my head. Not a good way to go, right, Jared? Not a good way to go. So in terms of events, I think it's necessary to have an acute awareness and a huge dose of bravery with regards to figuring out what your client and their guests are gonna want to experience. Exactly what Jared said. You gotta give them something, some meat, some bones, some chicken. As event professionals, we can't be afraid to get after that. We have to stick to that dream, that vision that we have. Oftentimes, there's moments of doubt and uncertainty. It usually is coming from our own heads, but every now and then, it is from an external force which we have no control over. But we have to stay steadfast to our dream and our vision in order to realize it. Because at the end of it, that client's like beaming, and you're beaming, and everybody's really happy. So, job well done. Go ahead. Thank you, Lindsay. That's Lindsay. Hi. So the third thing I employ is leadership. If I can't lead myself, and if I never set extremely high personal standards for myself, I can't expect anyone else to follow me. I think my hair is doing this thing, yeah, right? Scratching. I'm just gonna pull over to the side. So I never would have reached the top of the podium if I didn't conduct myself in a leader-like way by staying motivated, focused, methodical, and courageous. Having a bad day when things aren't really going as planned, gotta park that, right? Gotta drive right through. My coach always used to say, never let him see you sweat. Except I used to sweat a lot. Like a lot. Nerves. So if we can't lead ourselves, then absolutely nobody on this planet is gonna follow us. So the fourth thing, go ahead. The fourth thing I employ is commitment. If I had given up on the commitment that I had made to my sport, my God-given talent, and my word, I would not be able to stand in front of you and call myself a 3-time Canadian National Gymnastics Champion, a 1992 Olympian. I wouldn't have been given a full athletic scholarship to UCLA and then inducted into the UCLA Hall of Fame. I would have had a 13-year-old love affair and showed in multiple shows with Cirque du Soleil. I wouldn't have found my amazing husband. Right? Crazy girls don't get married. Wouldn't have found my amazing husband and then started 2 businesses at the same time. I wouldn't have done any of that. So for me, planning, producing, and coordinating an event is precisely the same formula. I have to stay committed to the process. Even when halfway through I'm staring down that barrel of uncertainty, I have no idea what I'm doing, whether I'm coming or going. Because I always return back to my why. My why. The client, my client's guests, deserve the chance to have an event that incorporates their mind, their body, and soul for an epic, experiential event. So I cross everything off my checklist and I highlight red letter days and congratulate myself for a job well done. And I smile when I see the vision of my clients and my dream all coming together closer and closer to the day that is happening. The fifth and final thing I employ, humility and gratitude. That's huge. I'm probably gonna start crying because it touches me. It doesn't matter if I was or I still am talented, it doesn't really matter. If I was arrogant and unpleasant and difficult, yeah, I wouldn't have gone very far in my illustrious career. Certainly wouldn't be standing here today. Without humility and gratitude, there isn't really much. So the way I see it, arrogance and unpleasantness does not serve me. It's much better and quite frankly a lot easier to always thank my clients, my team, and myself. Gotta thank yourself. Hey, Julie? That's a new one, take home. So in conclusion, without living your life, if I had not lived my life employing the mentality and the mindset of an elite athlete into everything that I do, I have no idea actually where I would be today. No idea. So I leave you with this. Date the process. That was like a high five from the box. I must be the only person that heard that. Dig the process. Remember to dream big, imagine huge. Lead and conduct yourself like a leader with elegance and grace. Be everything you said you're gonna be and more. And make your clients sad to see you go and forever changed for experiencing your magnificence. That's it. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? That's a bit weird. You want to ask me anything? I'm 5'1½". Yeah? Yes, ma'am? What else? Yes. The question was Alex Bard my coach? Yes, he was. That's scary. Yeah, anyone else? No? Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Lindsay.
There you go. How was that, huh? Was that inspiring?